إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وأحسن الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي يقول الله تعالى يؤتي الحكمة من يشاء ومن يؤت الحكمة فقد أوتي خيرا كثيرا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says that He gives wisdom to whomsoever He wishes. يُؤْتِي الْحِكْمَةَ مَنْ يَشَاءُ. He gives wisdom to whomsoever He wishes, and whosoever is giving wisdom has indeed been giving a great portion of good. This wisdom that many people they strive for, and many people they attribute to other things besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meaning they attribute gaining this wisdom to other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Some attribute it to age, some attribute it to knowledge, some attribute it to going to college, getting a high degree, and so on. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says that He gives this wisdom to whomsoever He wishes. And whoever He has given this wisdom has indeed been giving a great portion of good. So I would like to remind myself and my brothers and my sisters of some aspects of wisdom, some things that wisdom necessitates. And that is true the wasaya of Luqman alayhi salam. Because we see in Surah Luqman, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا لُقْمَانَ الْحِكْمَةِ. We have indeed given Luqman al-hikmah, wisdom. So Luqman, he was among those who were granted this wisdom from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Among those who are blessed with this wisdom from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So what were some of the things that Luqman did, or some of the things that Luqman said that made him a wise individual? The first thing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said about the wisdom of Luqman, we have indeed given Luqman al-hikmah an ishkur lillah, that he be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The first thing that this wisdom necessitates, and the first thing that this wisdom caused Luqman, is for him to be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَنْ يَشْكُرْ فَإِنَّمَا يَشْكُرُ لِنَفْسِهِ وَمَنْ كَفَرَ فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ غَنِيٌّ حَمِيدٌ. And whosoever he is grateful is only for his own good. And whosoever is ungrateful, for indeed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is rich and He is the one praiseworthy. He is not in need of anyone to be grateful to Him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is rich and praiseworthy of His own. And being grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the first way to be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone and not to associate partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As Luqman, he said, وَإِذْ قَالَ لُقْمَانُ لِابْنِهِ وَهُوَ يَعِظُهُ يَا بُنَيَّ لَا تُشْرِكْ بِاللَّهِ إِنَّ الشِّرْكَ لَظُلْمٌ عَظِيمٌ. And remember when Luqman, he said to his son, "O my son, do not associate partners with Allah. Indeed, associating partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a great oppression. And committing an oppression negates being grateful. If you oppress someone, you are not grateful to them. And the greatest oppression is associating partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that is the greatest form of being ungrateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And as we know, associating partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are of various levels. From the highest level is to worship others besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And included in associating partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is to do a good deed that only Allah deserves for it to be done for. And you do that good deed for others besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, whosoever done a action and he associate with that action other than me, I will leave him and that which he has associated with me. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, أَنَا أَغْنَى الشُّرَكَاءَ عَنِ الشِّرْكِ, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is not in need of any associates when it comes to His ibadah and His worship that has to be done to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that is the first form of being grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is from wisdom. Is to worship Allah alone and not associate partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then if we were to look through the other advice that Luqman, he gave to his son, he said, يَا بُنَيَّ إِنَّهَا إِن تَكُ مِثْقَالَ حَبَّةٍ مِّنْ خَرْدَلٍ فَتَكُنْ فِي صَخْرَةٍ أَوْ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ أَوْ فِي الْأَرْضِ يَأْتِ بِهَا اللَّهُ إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَطِيفٌ خَبِيرٌ. O my son, indeed, if there were the weight of a mustard in a rock, or in the heavens, or in the depths of the earth, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has the ability to bring forth this weight or this mustard weight of whatever it may be. No matter how minute a thing may be, and how hidden a thing may be, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has the ability to bring forth that thing. And this is from the wisdom of Luqman, that he brings his son attention to the consciousness that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is aware of all things. And He knows all things, and not only is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala aware of all things, and He knows all things, He has the ability to bring forth that thing. For many people, they may know something. They may know what may be in the depths of the earth, or something that is present in the depths of the earth, or something that is present on the moon, or in the heaven, or in space. But they do not have the ability to bring forth that thing and bring it and present it to you. And this shows the complete power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with His knowledge and His ability. And Luqman, he advises his son and remind him of this fact. And this is from wisdom, that we constantly remind our families and remind our children, and we be conscious of the ability of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His knowledge. And we constantly advise our children with maturity that they be conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We do not leave them and say they are children. We do not leave them to be negligent. 15, 16, 17 years, even before that. But many times you find children, they are old and they are not being advised with the consciousness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that negates being wise that negates wisdom. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the first thing He praised Luqman for is that he has given him wisdom. And then He mentioned, He advised his son concerning worshipping Allah alone. And then He advised his son concerning the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the awareness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then He advised his son concerning the most important thing. After establishing that none has the right to be worshipped except Allah, and that is to fulfill our duty to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our most important duty to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala after Tawheed, and that is the Salah. Ya bunayya, aqimis Salah. Oh my son, establish the Salah. Luqman, he is advising his son concerning the Salah, and we were commanded to advise and to command our family concerning the Salah, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, وَأْمُرْ أَهْلَكَ بِالصَّلَاةِ وَاصْطَبِرْ عَلَيْهَا, and be patient upon it. Command your family with Salah and be patient upon it. How many of us, the most important thing is everything else except the Salah? We care less about the Salah with our children and our wives and our families. We are more concerned that they do everything else except the Salah. We do not be bothered. We are not bothered if they pray or they do not pray. And that negates being a wise individual. That you want everything from them and you're concerned about everything from them except their Salah. And except that they worship Allah alone and associate partners, and they do not associate partners with Him. That shows that that individual is not a wise individual. You want them to have a good degree, a good job, but you care less that they pray. You do not wake them for Salatul Fajr. You see them sleeping through. You see them looking at the television late at night, and it's going to cause them to sleep through in the day or for Salatul Fajr. And you leave them alone. But you make sure that they wake up in time for college and for school. You are not a wise individual. You do not have that wisdom because you care less about the Salah. يا بني أقم الصلاة وأمر بالمعروف وانهى عن المنكر واصبر على ما أصابك. Then he commanded his son concerning one of the best traits that an individual can have, and that is to enjoin what is right and to forbid that which is evil. To be among those, when they see that which is incorrect, they forbid it with wisdom, and they enjoin and they call the people to that which is good. And of course, these things has principles and guidelines. These things has principles and guidelines that you cannot know except with knowledge. But we should not be among those who generally do not care about enjoining right and forbidding evil. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentioned this is the best of nation. كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentioned that this is the best nation. And the first trait He mentioned that made this nation, the nation of Muhammad, the best nation, is that you enjoin that which is right and you forbid that which is evil. وَاصْبِرْ عَلَى مَا أَصَابَكَ, and be patient concerning that which afflicts you. Because once you are in the field of enjoining right and forbidding evil, you are going to be harmed. Verbally or physically, the people will harm you. They will hate you. They will insult you. They will accuse you and make mockery of you. You are going to be harmed verbally or physically, and you have to be patient. And if you are being sincere for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it will bother you less. The more sincere you are for Allah, it will bother you less. But if you are more concerned about yourself, then it will bother you more. But be patient for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you find the sweetness in enjoining right and forbidding evil, no matter who said what or no matter who do what. Subhanak Allahumma wa bihamdik wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa ant wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk fastaghfiruhu innahu huwal ghafurur rahim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Then Luqman, he continued to admonish his son about some of those things that wisdom necessitates, and that is concerning his dealing with the people and his interaction with the people. وَلَا تُصَعِّرْ خَدَّكَ لِلنَّاسِ وَلَا تَمْشِ فِي الْأَرْضِ مَرَحًا. And do not turn your face or your cheek arrogantly away from the people. You are speaking to them, you are admonishing them. Do not belittle them and turn away in an arrogant fashion from them, whether they accept your advice or they do not accept your advice, or in your general dealing with the people. When you are speaking and facing an individual, do not turn away from them in an arrogant way, turning your cheek away from them, belittling them as if you are high and exalted over them. And do not walk in the earth maraha, in a boastful and in a proud manner, with arrogance, exalting yourself over the slaves of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and over the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inna Allah la yuhibbu kulla mukhtalin fakhur. Indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He dislikes, He does not love every arrogant and proud and boastful individual. And these are traits that can make someone flee away from an individual. There is no trait that may make an individual flee from you more than you being an arrogant individual, always boasting, always being proud of yourself in a manner that you exalt over others. And this negates being a good da'i, a good caller to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this will affect you enjoining right and forbidding evil. That is why He mentioned this right after mentioning to him that he should enjoin that which is right and forbid that which is evil. He forbid him from those traits that are going to cause the people to flee from him. And then He commanded him how is it he should be. وَقَصِرْ فِي مَشْيِكَ. Be moderate in your walking. وَغْضُضْ مِنْ صَوْتِكَ. And lower your voice. إِنَّ أَنْكَرَ الْأَصْوَاتِ لَصَوْتُ الْحَمِيرِ. Indeed, the most objectable of songs is the song of a donkey. So we see from these wasaya that Luqman, he advises his son concerning some of the things that wisdom necessitates. And we should review these wasaya, these advices that Luqman he gives to his children, and we constantly implement it. And also we should constantly advise our children and advise our family. And it is only upon us to advise, and it is only upon us to deliver the message. It is not for us to force anyone. It is not for us to keep an account of anyone, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He forbid the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam from doing so, from keeping an account and overlooking the deeds of the people and always seeing, following them up. Rather, you enjoin what is right and forbid what is evil, based on what is apparent, based on what you see. When you see the need for advice, you advise. When you see the need to enjoin that which is right, you enjoin that which is right. When you see the need to forbid that which is evil, you forbid that which is evil. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to aid us upon the traits of wisdom. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us and to forgive us and to keep us steadfast. We and our families and our children, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to cause us to die in a state submitting to Him and worshipping sincerely without associating partners with Him. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلوبنا على دينك. اللهم يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلوبنا على دينك. ربنا اغفر لنا ولوالدينا وللمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب. ربنا اغفر لنا ولوالدينا وللمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وسلم وأقيموا الصلاة.